Alright. Time for the cityscape. Let me make sure the stream is
That
actually...
was done a long time ago.
It's been waiting for this moment to finally become shaded. But something's...
Oh, I thought you already started this one.
No, you guys got it blocked up and ready for me, but I've never actually shaded it yet. But something about it feels... I don't know. Something about it just feels a little off. I'm having trouble putting my finger on it.
Where is he?
Oh. Oh, okay. I don't think this is exactly the way I drew it, if I'm remembering right. I know it's been a while, but I never put fucking R2-D2 into my... Oh, and here it is. Okay, yes. Fortunately, I was able to turn that layer off, or I would have thrown a mighty tantrum.
Oh, I know. Wouldn't it be terrible if the stuff behind him wasn't colored?
Yeah, if like you turn it off and it's like, well, there's no colors back there. Oh. And that building is shaped like R2-D2. I've been cut to the quick.
It is though, making fun of you.
That's the... He always puts a little piece of mockery in there, something to tweak my nose.
It's because we like you.
To be fair, R2-D2 is one of the best characters in the series. But he does not belong in this illustration. I'm marking this layer as red, so I know it's not supposed to be in the final picture. And I'm moving him below the lines layer, R2-D2. Know your place.
Banished?
Yeah, he's not... Well, I wouldn't say banished. More like put into storage.
Okay.
Comfortable storage.
If this server is a high-res clip art, they can play with that.
Yeah, if you guys get the high-res clip art, you can. I'll leave him down there for you. Eventually, we'll put all these out onto the Patreon. That reminds me, I still gotta get the paper texture pack out because people were interested in that, but I've just been bouncing around doing other stuff.
I need to get that together. They say nice cityscape.
Hey, thank you. It is nice so far, and it's going to become hopefully even more super nicer when I get all the nice pretty lighting on there.
So can you make up something really quick and tell us what the R2-D2 building is for?
What the building is for? Uh-oh. For looking cool in a cityscape. Wait, no, that's not what I want the answer to be.
It's in the lore book.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Well, it will be. I mean, like,
Oh,
this
actually, this will
illustration
be in the lore book.
Yeah, this illustration.
Literally. I mean, the like, what are they doing in that building?
To be honest, I did not design the function for every building. Like, some of them are sort of implied. Like, this one has the glass atrium, so it might have, like, a greenhouse layer. It's like maybe a city hall with a greenhouse garden, interior garden on the upper levels.
It looks like an art museum, honestly.
Yeah, we got, like, an Arc de Triomphe over here with, sort of like a little recessed amphitheater, like a Greek-style amphitheater here where there might be performances or oratories. We have a series of, like, ascending gardens here that looks like it might be related to some monastic order. Temple that is, well, a statue that is surrounded by columns. These look like just nice lodges with little gardens in the way. Did he put, are there like tanks over here? What is this?
Oh,
There's more.
What did you draw? What?
I think he made these into like little tanks or something. But no, that's supposed to be like a little marketplace, like a little bazaar. Because sometimes you get these big old buildings and then people go in and use them, and people that have marketplace stalls are like, hey, that's where all the customers are at, and then you get little marketplaces that set up outside.
You know what? Those colors look really sloppy outside the lines. I think you need to fix those. I don't think they're meant to be tanks. That looks really bad.
Well, it's fix it. Well, that is the process of today. I'm gonna get in here, shade this illustration, and before I shade it, I gotta organize the colors, just for my own purposes. Got some water. I'll make that blue. So
they think it's the main climax to Oblivion's main quest happens in that building. So maybe you go there for your quest.
Yeah, that's where you go to find out where your next quest is supposed to be. The next Oblivion quest.
Or it could be a theater or a fictional European city.
Yeah, but I will be honest. Like, sometimes I have thoughts in my head as I draw about, like, yeah, that's what this is for. That's what that's for. But I don't necessarily have explicit purposes for every single building that I put into a cityscape like this. Sometimes I'm just drawing them. I guess the first really big picture question is, do I want this to be like a daytime, like what time of day do I want this to be? I think I want it to be late afternoon, maybe evening, because that can get some nice shadows and the direction of the light can start to work for us, helping define the depth and dimension of things.
We want to know if Xanatos lives in the purple building in the back.
I know, I like that. That is now Xanatos Tower. And he's burned up because it's not the tallest one. It's like there's 2 towers taller than him over here. It's terrible.
Yeah.
I like the flying buttresses of the guy on the left, though. You know what might be cool on this? I think I'm going to do something where I want to have it feel like an Andoruna cityscape. So I'm going to have the shadow of the Sabaton Tower falling across the scene in a nice big bar of shadow. But I'm not going to... Obviously, the Sabaton Tower is not visible in the scene. But still, I sort of like illustrating the shadow of it going across, because that would be a major feature to people living in Andoruna, is like, you know, like, oh, which direction... Are we in the shadow yet? Or the shadows... They'd almost use it to tell time by. So I think having at least one illustration where that's sort of featured in the lighting setup, I think that'd be good. So this might be the one.
Okay. So does each district, are they inspired by our worlds, like, are they inspired by cities of each respective continent, or is everything randomized mixed? Can you explain your districts?
The districts are, like, each of the 7 districts is roughly inspired by, like, a general culture of the real world.
We couldn't get all of them, obviously, so Dave had to pick a few.
Yeah. Ooh, the glass is on a separate layer. That's nice.
Ah, yeah. Opacity is important. I know how you get. You want to tell them about your plans for Friday?
Friday? Another stream. Oh yeah, we might have a guest on Friday, potentially.
To talk about some interesting stuff going on.
Yeah, I think it was that person where they were getting death threats because they put out a piece with AI art, and so it's like, oh, that seems weird. And then they're getting into DMCA's and copyright claims and stuff like that, which we unfortunately have a little personal experience with, so I don't know, it might be fun to have them on and talk with them. Yeah, I'm not certain they'll be able to make it or not, but you know, we'll see. Either way, I'm gonna have some fun art to tool on.
Well, so far so good. I just have to make the connecting points.
Yeah, they gotta have lots of castles in Andoruna. It was sort of like, if there was a dream city that I think is really cool and fun to imagine, would it have A, more castles, or B, less castles than real life? And I decided to come down firmly on the side of more castles. More castles.
I like it when people are going to build things and they're like, I'm going to build what I think is cool, and they don't just all get together and make the same looking house everywhere.
Yeah.
Or the same buildings that all look alike.
Well, yeah, it reminds me, like, we've gone through some neighborhoods where you go through the neighborhood and it's like an obvious pre-planned sort of construction.
Cookie cutter.
Yeah, every single house is like exactly the same floor plan. It's all boxed out identically, the same materials, same everything.
I think there's and a homeowner association to keep it that way.
Yeah, and it's just, it looks like fine. It's like, yeah, that looks like a fine house, but then every house is the same exactly, and it sort of starts to feel a little bit soulless almost. Whereas some neighborhoods you roll through and it's like, you can tell every single individual house was made by a different people way back in the day, and just has a little more character. Like, each house is kind of an individual.
Like that. Yeah. Let's see. Are you gonna find an awesome castle in the dream world to put on top of Xanatos' tower? You could steal one from Norvendire.
Yeah, we gotta import some gargoyles. That's the main thing.
You have gargoyles.
Yeah, well, the Xanatos...
Sage in there.
Sage can live up there. That's where she hangs
out. That's where Sage lives there. That's so cool.
Yeah.
I know you're going to do a lot of shading and detail and make this look great, but honestly, when you get in really close, it's going to be really hard to see any shadows on these things. It's so little.
Well, like the individual shadows won't be the thing that really makes it pop. It's going to be the overall direction of the light.
I know, when it all comes together, it'll look great, but nobody's zooming out on the one house to make sure you got all the shadows. Oh wow, Mamo made models for Sage,
Oh,
Kill,
cool.
and Rumor.
Oh, nice.
I gotta look at those.
Mamo doing more cool stuff. You guys, if you haven't seen it, new lore's dropped from Mamo. Check it out.
I have not seen, like, I know we don't have a lot of art of Sage, Kale, and Rumor, so that's gonna be exciting. Oh, Mira. Oh, cool.
Also, reminder to everyone, if you want to pick up some stuff from our store and help a person who is trapped in a literal war zone right now, we are having a donation drive for Mamo. So if you go to either the After Dark store or the normal store, dreamkeeperscomic.com, either one, go there, go to, in the store, go to the donations tab, and you can support Mamo, and you will get every single dollar that you give to him, you're going to get it back in store credit. So
I hope you said support him, because I can't deport him. I'm not that powerful.
no, I said support. I just had poor diction today.
Okay. Oh, Happy Guy One did a cute pic of V at Oktoberfest. And Lilith as a witch for the Halloween fan art contest. Well, if you post a link in here, I can look at it, but maybe you should post it on Twitter or Discord so Dave can look at it.
Oh yeah, make sure if you're entering the Halloween fan art contest, make sure to reply to the X post. Like, that's actually how you enter. If it's not replying to that post, we won't be able to find it for the contest judging. And then if you reply to that, we can retweet it and show people and have a good time.
I'm looking at the frozen image of your Captain Dave drawing that appears on the opening to this.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's really funny that instead of drawing eyes, you actually changed the shape of the glasses as if they were the eyes.
Oh yeah, that's just a funny, like, people that have like the quote-unquote glasses cartoon character. That's almost like a stereotype at this point. That's one of the fun things to do with it, is you just like change the shape of the glasses as though they are eyes. And like, you know, you look at Invader Zim, they do that with Div. It's just kind of funny.
That's hilarious. I just noticed that. Oh, Mamo didn't know the AI art was included in the competition. Well, explain it, Dave.
Oh, sure. There's a whole category for AI art. Actually, let me get the page that has all the rules and jazz on there. If you're like, categories, contest, what are you talking about? I'm dropping the link in the Picardo chat. Just hit dreamkeeperscomic.com/Halloween. And there's a list of the categories down there. There's 8 categories that you can enter. And also up there, there's a big link to our current X post. So that way, if you're like, where do I find this X post? You post too much art and you're nonstop posting content. I can't find it. It's buried. Go to our website and it'll link straight to that post, so you don't have to dig around. And then you can easily put whatever you want there. Hopefully an entry to the contest. Otherwise, I'll get a surprise. No, not that. What are you doing?
Okay. I don't have the link in the rules in front of me, but I think the way it works is that we have a separate category where all of the AI is battling each other, and it doesn't interrupt all of the other art and, have problems.
Yeah, I'll just go over the categories real quick because Halloween's coming up. There is best art, funniest, creepiest, sexiest. Still has to be safe for work because we're streaming the results. Best costume, best comic, 3D. That might include like pumpkin carvings, like figurines, CG modeling, whatever. And then the newest category is AI tools. So that way, all the artists that are using their traditional hands to do stuff, they get a shot without having to get stomped by AI, and AI gets its own entire category to play in.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we have a link and it goes to V at Oktoberfest. She's in a nice dress.
Oh, cool.
With some beers. Oh, Witch Lilith is on Twitter, so maybe we have to catch up and take a look.
Yeah, it's possible. I'm not sure if I've gone in there and checked stuff today. I might have missed things.
You're busy.
Do, 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 do.
Lots of coffee to drink.
I do have lots of coffee to drink, but it helps. Supercharged.
Well, they said the comedy in our webcomic Dream Keepers reminds of Ed, Ed, and Eddie. That's nice. I've never seen that cartoon.
Oh, thanks. I think I've seen a few episodes. I never watched it a lot because it was getting towards when I was headed out from high school to college, but I will take that comparison as a compliment.
Yeah, we're too old for that. But I think they had a character with a piece of wood with a face on it that I thought was pretty funny.
Plank. Plank was...
Yeah.
I remember Plank. Plank was a good character. Plank was great. So cool having the glass on a separate layer because then you can just tweak the opacity. It's all fun.
And color under it. I know how you get it.
I'm that predictable.
And you can also make the water see through too. I know.
You've been around the block, you know how it goes.
Keep a man satisfied with opacity.
She knows how to keep her man satisfied with opacity layers. They have a strange relationship, but it seems to work. Woo.
You know, so it kind of looks like in Andoruna, they were just building Arc to Triumph and Coliseum here and there for no reason.
Yeah, they were having a really good time after the last War of Powers. Well, they kind of had a lot to rebuild.
They let their creativity out.
Mm-hmm.
They put R2-D2 in the city.
They did. They built a city of Star Wars character, thinly disguised Star Wars character references.
Cartoon Network even made a song for him called My Best Friend. Oh shoot, I think my audio's gone. What happened here?
Yeah, you're kind of roboting. I'm not sure what's going on with you.
I'll try again. Okay.
Say something.
Hi. So,
That's a little better.
all right. I don't know what that was. Apparently, Cartoon Network made a song called like My Best Friend Plank.
Mm-hmm.
And it is good.
Did they ever do an Ed Eddie episode, sort of satirizing, the Ashton Kutcher show called "You Just Got Planked"?
Oh no, I think that was before the time.
And then they did, and then you like cut the camera over, and there's like plank laying on the ground next to this big prank that just occurred. I feel like that's a pretty easy slam dunk pun to play with.
Sounds like you have a year of animation to do. Is there one district to help mark the hour as a shadow Sabaton Tower crosses over? Nope, it's up to the gods' whim what looks good.
Well, I mean, technically, the Sabaton Tower sort of acts like a gigantic sundial.
Are there any monuments that turn out unfinished but disguised as "Yup, it's done as expected"? That's the unfinished district.
Actually, most of the buildings,
half-finished ideas.
most of the buildings we've drawn so far, like I think that's a good concept. Most of the buildings we've drawn so far, there have been complete, but then some of them are complete, but starting to be like run down and overtaken by urban decay and stuff. Yeah, I think some of these guys I'm just gonna hit fresh.
Yeah, why are those so dirty? I have no idea what happened. I didn't see this.
I think that it looks like he was in the process of marking them with different colors to go in and refine it more. I think that was the process. But I think it's possible that I've got so much zany stuff going on in this page that he just didn't quite get to all of those, and some of it might have slipped through the cracks. Because I mean,
Wow.
like look at all this. It's not gonna be extremely difficult to be like, oh, I forgot the squiggles in the lower left quadrant. Oh my gosh. Like, you can only color so many hours worth of windows and streets and boats. And...
No, I know. This is more detailed than I wanted to do, so... No. I would not have made the little different shop colors, different colors. That was crazy.
I like to, whenever I draw illustrations like this, I'm sort of like, oh, so people think coloring books are fun. I will destroy your mind when you have to color my drawings.
Yeah. Oh, in lore, did they ever have them unfinished and be like, yeah, it's done as expected?
We haven't written anything specific like that, but I like the idea. I think it's a cute idea that they're just like, this is pretty good enough. I think we're gonna call this done.
Are you just redoing those?
Yeah, like the little areas
Yeah.
here, they're sort of like work in progressy. It'll be faster to just hit them fresh than to
No, you're right. I just feel bad. I didn't see that. That was just too much to see. I've never seen this happen. I really just, I thought it was better. I may have to watch from now on.
Womp womp. Well, again, I'm especially understanding when I hand someone, like
This disaster?
like this. it's a lot.
I know. It's seriously. I'm sorry, Dave, but nobody wants to do this but you.
But I want to draw it. I'm compelled.
Is this the kind of place you'd want to go to?
Yeah, this would be like visiting Europe if Europe still existed. It'd be awesome.
Yeah. What are the real life inspirations you draw from when designing Andoruna?
It depends on the district. Norvendire, lots of medieval castle-y type of stuff is the main flavor. Kojiki district, of course, is sort of oriental in inspiration, like Japanese architecture, that type of thing.
Do you ever go off of photo references, or are you just making all of this up?
Sometimes I look at photos, but I don't know. I don't typically look at photos that much. It's like I want to look at photos to sort of get an idea of how things are, but then I just just go off and draw. Sometimes if I'm doing something, especially like I don't know, like a pulley system or something like that, I might actually try to look at like what do pulleys look like? How does the rope go in here? How does it get put together? So that way it sort of actually looks functional instead of just being like a weird thing.
We have some great church photos from Pittsburgh, but I never look at them. I just kind of hoard them and collect them and love them.
Yeah, so it's like I think I looked at some of those actually before the Volume 3 scene when Mace was going into that church. So I do sometimes look at photo references and use explicit photo references, but I would say it's probably like I don't know, 30% of the time, maybe less. More often I'm sort of just trying to wing it and then go with what I've absorbed in the past, I guess.
Yep. Would DK civilians be racist against humans? Mamo wants to go there.
Would they be racist against humans? I don't even know that they would like recognize humans as being different from them. Because the thing is, if let's say you're in an environment where everyone can be like a sort of different biological shape and everyone sort of looks unique and like strange, then if you throw a person in there, as far as the natives are concerned, that's just another kind of weird looking creature. It's like,
yeah, they'll just look at you and be like, well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, they'll just be like, oh, I haven't seen many like that, and then on with their day. Not a big deal.
Yeah, whatever. Just another one.
I mean, they tolerate grun over there. They're used
that's
to
true.
a lot.
Yeah. Are those the flower trees from Volume 2? I don't remember the flower trees very well. Are they talking about the starfall trees?
I think they're
I
talking
don't know.
about the loveleaf trees. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember the
But yeah, we
trees in
got
this
we got
spec.
plantings of loveleaf trees in here. There's some other
Oh, good.
types of trees. There's like sort of like they're similar to loveleaf trees, but they're like almost more like champagne flutes that I saw at the end of I think that's volume 3 when they're going into the tunnels in the farmlands. But here, they're like the classic dream world tree that we show all the time is usually the loveleaf tree. Just the idea of an inside-out tree.
Did Andruna have the equivalent of the Ice Age, like how we humans had?
Ice
You know, with the
Age?
snow canos, I don't think they did. I don't know.
I don't think I've looked at the history going that far back. I only went back a few thousand years. And the Ice Age, we're talking like, I think, 8 to 30,000 years ago. I'm not even clear on exactly how long ago our Ice Age was.
There would have to be glaciers.
They do have some glaciers up north that are still existing, but
See, I don't know how it would work with the snow canos.
yeah, I haven't exactly gotten into, like, there's, well, some stuff, but I haven't gotten into, like, all of the geological formation questions about how the landscape came together.
But you're supposed to know everything. We rely on you.
Truth is, it's actually fiction, and it has not all been put to paper yet, but we'll get a lot of it to paper in the lore book. Yeah, see, sometimes I even use when I'm trying to organize really complicated scenes like this and get the layers so it'll be easier to select layer. I have I'm even gonna call this like a wall or a partition. Like this I'm using as a partition layer so that I can see more clearly what am I looking at on this current layer. Like the things below are all gonna be a little murky, and so it's just easier to visually understand what am I working with exactly right now. Keeps it more clear.
Okay, so to explain what that means, you're basically saying if you had gray land and then you had a gray building, you put it like a bright pink layer in between them so you can see the buildings
Yeah,
from the
like
land.
like let's say I had I'm like, okay, I've got gray dirt and then gray tufts of grass, and for some reason I want them on separate layers because it's easier to do the shading, whatever. But it's like, well, how do I know what grass I've painted because it's gray on gray? I would make a partition layer like this and put it in between those two color flat layers, and then suddenly, boom, it's easy to see what's on the top layer and what's not.
Or I could just make something ridiculously green and leave it alone.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're so in sync with the way that I draw on you color flat that we kind of don't need to worry about it too much. But I'm just saying,
No,
for
I
me,
know.
sometimes when I'm taking on some color flats, that's the tactic I use.
No, I know, like I have a situation on Friday where the land is like almost the same color as something Bobby has, and the colors together just drive me nuts. I hate it.
Oh yeah, you might want to
I
do
have to let it.
partition layer like that.
I don't have to deal with it, but you will. It just bugs me.
Well, as soon as that's the thing is, once you get the lighting and the direction of light in a scene, usually those things resolve pretty quickly.
I know you will. They're on different layers. It's fine. Would you like a compliment?
Okay, thank you. I would like a compliment.
Okay, great artwork.
Aw, thank you.
It would have been really funny if we had that system where it's like donate $1 and you get a chocolate.
Wait, a system where people would donate $1 and I would get a chocolate?
Yeah, I saw a friend do that, where if you donated a certain amount, she would eat candy on stream, and they were feeding her.
Wait, hold on. So they give me like $1.
Money.
They're giving me money, and then I get the chocolate for it. Like they're not getting a chocolate.
Yeah.
I get.
And then you smack it and talk about how good it is.
Okay, guys, if that's ever going on, understand that what you should probably do, if you're smart, right? If you're smart, take that $1, buy yourself a chocolate. Then you get to eat the chocolate. Way better. Like think about when you're eating a delicious chocolate. What's better, if you are eating a delicious chocolate, or if David is over some place that you can't even see and he's eating a chocolate?
And you get to hear it.
No one.
Yeah.
I dispute that. I don't think anyone wants to ever hear another person chew. I think that's a urban myth. That's a legend.
That's a myth.
That's a myth.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen. No one likes to hear chewing. At least I don't think anyone.
You know what? I
likes
think
to hear
all of
chewing.
these buildings are libraries, Dave.
Except anyways, I don't like to hear chewing.
Okay. All of these buildings are libraries.
They're all libraries. No, they're not. They're
Competing libraries.
I don't think there's room for that many libraries to compete in a city. Why would they all be libraries? I don't understand why that's being proposed.
Dave, are you okay with somebody's manga mentioning Andruna and using our technology, or are we copyright? How do you feel?
I try to keep it pretty simple. Basically, if there's something that's just fan art and people are creating it because they're having a good time, they're sharing it with people, it's public, whatever, we do not police fan art at all. You can get commissions, you can craft stories, like basically have fun. If something is monetized for commercial purposes, like
You're making money off of it.
Yeah, like there's copies that are being mass produced and sold and it's being monetized. At that point, I would be open to discussing licensing possibilities, but you'd have to email us and we'd have to bang out some kind of agreement. Otherwise, it'd be like, well, if there's stuff that's like that does belong to us that we made, we probably would want to make sure that we got an agreement with anyone that's using some of the stuff. And I guess conceivably, there might be things where we're like, no, we refuse to have Dreamkeepers involved in this thing that involves the glorification of Milo and Otis, because that movie was actually quite cruel to those animals. You know, we're taking a stand. Like, I don't know if that's where we draw the line, but there might be stuff where we'd say no to. But that's really only with mass-produced, commercial, you're making money, it's a business. If you're just doing fan art to have fun, then have at it, and you don't really even need permission from us as far as I'm concerned. As far as I'm concerned, fan art's none of our business.
I'm of the opinion if you mention somebody else's stuff and use their technology, even if it's for a fan project, you should probably give them credit in the credits that this is where it came from, because that's just polite.
Well, I do, yeah, it's polite to credit people if you're doing homages and fan art and stuff, of course. But I'm just saying, like, I don't think we would, like, crack down on someone doing fan art.
Okay.
Although
maybe they would just
pay. I can't imagine every scenario. Maybe there's something where we'd be like, oh, we would like this person to stop. But if that is the case, the first thing that would happen is we would just contact you and politely be like, oh, we'd like you to stop. The first immediate stop would not be like dragging someone into court. It's possible it could go there, but first we would just politely make contact and tell you if there's something going on that we don't like. But generally speaking, it's hard for me to imagine what that would even look like in the realm of fan art. We just kind of like to let people have fun.
Yep. People would pay just to sabotage your diet. No, they're all pre-approved Dave chocolates, trust me. Which I have. I am so excited. I can tell you, I have a big shipment of Dave-approved discontinued chocolate coming in that I had to work to find.
Ooh, discontinued chocolate.
Oh my gosh.
That makes it sound
They're
more
rare.
fancy. Rare
Discontinued chocolate I can never get again. So those are coming. I'm excited. Finally. I had to crack a deal.
Did you make a deal with Mephistopheles to get these chocolates?
With the devil. His name was Sean.
Sean
the devil.
Sean the devil. Should I be worried? This is the first I've heard of your deal with Sean the devil.
He's in Oregon.
Sean the devil in Oregon.
Yeah.
The more specifics you're sharing, the more it does become a little bit like, what is going on that I was not aware of? With Sean the Oregonian devil.
All right. He's saying there's no district that is completely made of libraries. A little bit disappointed.
She wasn't there at the planning council.
That's if Lilith becomes a Viscount. Everybody, it's time for more libraries everywhere. That's how she fixes the school district, is just by putting libraries everywhere.
It's that time again. Time for what? Libraries.
Vote for Lilith. More libraries.
Libraries everywhere.
My chocolate is discontinued not because it's old, it's because nobody was buying it. So they're not going to make it anymore. And they're switching it to peanuts, which Dave cannot have.
Yeah. All these chocolate companies are like, hey, We figured out a way to make chocolate that tastes just as good, only it's actually legitimately healthy for you. You're welcome, America. And then America's like, no, we actually don't want that. And then they go out of business.
Yeah. Let's get legal. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the basis of copyright infringement is when you use someone else's IP without their permission to make money.
Honestly, I'm gonna have to say first of all the obvious thing, which is I'm not an
I'm
attorney.
not a lawyer.
Yeah, and we're not licensed attorneys, and we are not qualified to give actual legal advice. So if you're listening to this thinking, I could use this as legal advice, it's like, no, you really definitely should not. So we're not licensed attorneys. This is not legal advice, but we can talk about like ideas in our head as long as you understand we are two non-legal professionals. They're just sort of like talking about what we think things are like, but it's not legal. It's not technically legal advice. Because that's actually one legal advice thing that I think is I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to give something that you represent as official legal advice if you're not a licensed attorney, because otherwise you could get in trouble, as some people might find out eventually.
We just talk from our personal experience and what we've had to deal with.
Yeah.
Hopefully it helps you.
But I think whenever there's like a copyright dispute, especially something that might potentially go to court, generally, any time there's like the possibility of a lawsuit or whatever, one of the most important ingredients of a lawsuit is damages, or like how much money are we talking here? How much money did they make that they had no right to make because it should have been yours? It was your content, So that's one of the reasons I don't really get too worked up about fan art where there's no money changing hands, because it's like, well, what exactly would be at stake anyway? There's no like ill-gotten gains, there's no damages. It's just like not a big deal.
Yeah, somebody believes fan art is safe from legal action because most artists put their fan out for everyone to see without having to pay to see it. Which is, how we worked with ours, is ours free out there anyway, but he's still sued.
Yeah, I will say,
he didn't win though.
The phrase quote-unquote safe from legal action, the unfortunate reality is anyone can sue you and pull you into federal court for literally any reason they want. It can be completely against the law. It doesn't matter. If they can get an attorney or a buddy that's like scummy enough to file the paperwork, bam, you're in a lawsuit. It doesn't matter if they're in the right or in the wrong. Because then the court's going to be like, well, that's what the proceedings are here to determine, is who is in the right and who is in the wrong. And they can say the most batshit crazy stuff in their complaint in the world. And if you have a judge that might be a little naive or inexperienced and they're not able to spot this kind of bullshit as quickly as maybe they should, then you're just going to have to buckle up. You're in a lawsuit. So the way the legal system works is there's not really any filter to stop it from being aggressively abused like that. So when you say like, oh, you shouldn't be able to get sued unless it's like, no, like, it's anyone can sue anyone at any time for any reason. It doesn't mean that they're going to be successful with a lawsuit. Obviously, when things go forward, that becomes pretty evident. But if you think that there's something you can do so that a person can't sue you ever, unfortunately, that's not accurate, because you have to factor in that people are insane, and insane people will do stuff that doesn't make sense and also doesn't accord with the law.
Firu, I can't even say that name, I'm sorry, says when you properly copyright your work, then you are the only one who can legally make money off of it.
Yeah.
I'm not a lawyer.
I'm not I think that's about my understanding, where if it's actually yours and it's legitimately original, then copyright it actually means you have the right to make copies of it, or rather someone else does not have the right to make copies of it.
But you have to remember trademark. Trademark can be interesting when it gets into the money.
Oh, yeah, well, trademark is actually a little bit more of it's kind of like a different beast. Copyright typically involves more like a specific artistic expression, like, hey, I made a drawing of Spider-Man, so I have the copyright because I made the drawing of Spider-Man. It's like, well, you made the drawing of Spider-Man, so it's your specific work. So if you could have a copyright, or if anyone could have a copyright, I guess it'd be you. You made that Spider-Man drawing. However, you don't own the intellectual property of Spider-Man. So even though Marvel, for example, Marvel does own the intellectual property of Spider-Man, or might as well just say Disney. Disney ultimately owns everything now. They own Marvel, so Disney owns the intellectual property. Now, Disney doesn't have the copyright to the drawing that you made, because you made it. It's your drawing. However, I don't think you can actually, like, from a legal standpoint, I don't think you can monetize your own drawing because it's using intellectual property that's not yours. So Disney can't make money off of your drawing, and you're not supposed to make money off of your drawing. I think that's the way it works, because Disney owns the intellectual property. You would own the copyright to the specific expression that you made yourself. But I think you kind of need both of those things to go to town and start, printing things and like mass producing and making money.
Yeah, I like to tell the story about there was an art fair back in my parents' hometown, and people were selling Kelvin and Hobbes ornaments that they had made out of clay. And the year before they did Muppets, and the year before that they did Disney. And they don't exist anymore because the owners of the property of Calvin and Hobbes actually sued them over trademark infringement and took them to court and shut them down.
Now, do you know if they actually filed a lawsuit or did they just send like a cease and desist?
I heard that it was a filed lawsuit, but I don't know.
Oh, okay. I mean, I think typically the more reasonable way to handle it, and obviously everything varies with specifics, but I think typically it's a little more reasonable to send the C&D first, because that's sort of the relatively polite way to tap a person on the shoulder and be like, hey, the thing that you are doing, we would like you to stop it, please, or, to cease it or desist from doing it. And then if they, ignore that or throw it back in your face or don't get it, then at that point you might have to move forward to further steps.
Yeah, this was before the internet existed, so I don't have a lot of information. This is word of mouth. But they never appeared at another art fair to make anything ever again. They just ceased to exist.
Yeah.
So I suspect that's what happened, is that they got cleaned out.
Well, I doubt that they got cleaned out. There's probably not that much damages going on, but I can understand if someone's just going to an art fair, they're like, oh, I love Calvin and Hobbes. I'm making Calvin and Hobbes ornaments. This is great.
I would love to.
Yeah, it'd be fun. But then, if they suddenly get like a nastygram from, the Bill Watterson Foundation or whoever it happens to be, and it's like, oh, you're not allowed to do this. You're in big trouble now. I could see that sort of tainting the experience for them a little bit. Like, granted, they would be in the wrong, I guess, legally to be making that stuff and selling it. But still, it doesn't quite feel that way, because I'm sure it feels like, what? I just like it, and I'm selling people these little clay ornaments. Like, what the hell?
Well, they could have called it something different and probably gotten away with it, but and people have done that with other things that are exactly like Calvin and Hobbes, but they called it Calvin and Hobbes, which is kind of a mistake.
I'm selling Kelvin and Celsius ornaments.
I'm sorry, I wish some of these buildings looked better. I see a lot of flaws here.
That's okay.
Mammal says a local food shop was sued by McDonald's. Mammal, what was the name of your food shop? What happened? I heard of Nintendo suing a supermarket outside of the United States because it was also called like Mario or Mario's or something.
What? I mean, the name Mario existed before Nintendo.
I don't know if it was like Mario. It was like Mario's Super or something or whatever. So.
Mario's like Super Mart or something like that.
Probably. Or Mario's Superstore.
See, if let's say they had like a big cartoon mascot that looked exactly like Mario, I could understand that maybe being a cause for a little bit of a spat. But if it's just like, hey, my name is Mario, I think I'm gonna open a Supermart. At that point, then Nintendo coming in like, well, actually, we need to sue your mother for naming you that because we own the name Martin. It's like, no, you don't.
They won the lawsuit, too. They actually fought Nintendo and won.
Yeah, exactly. Like, most people, when you get, like, a C&D or something, especially from a huge corporation, people are just like, oh, no, oh, my gosh, they're bullying me, I have to do what they say. It's like, well, talk to an attorney, because if they're in the wrong and you stand up to them, you might win. Granted, it might be expensive to stand up to them, but if you have the ability, or if you have like fantastic supporters helping make sure that you can do it. Thank you to the Dreamkeeper's readership. That makes it that really makes it possible to stand up for yourself in those circumstances.
Okay, so a shawarma, which is a local burrito variant. I can't pronounce that. Had a first letter. It looks like a W. It's not though. An upside down M that was like McDonald's. The literal copy, but upside down, and they had to change it. And apparently, they did the same font, but it was just completely.
Oh,
Wow.
so if they actually took the logo, if they took
Yeah, kind of like taking the logo and turned it upside down.
yeah, if they took like the actual literal logo and just like flipped it upside down, I could see McDonald's being like, "Hey, that's our logo. You're just doing some weird stuff with it. Please cut it out." So I could see that potentially having some reason behind it.
It's kind of incredible that they found it. You know, McDonald's being way over here and that over there, and then they're like, "Aha!" Like, frankly, I don't even know how to sue across country lines. I don't even know if that's possible over here. So
That's okay. You don't have to know. Our lawyer does. It's fine.
oh, yeah, that's true.
Um,
Not my problem. Not my business.
yeah, but McDonald's they cast their eye far and wide. Nothing escapes the eye of the Ronald.
Yeah, really. And the mouse. Oh, it's like a burrito with pita wrapped around it. That sounds like the burrito shell is just like really thick.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Mama says he eats mostly eggs and hasn't had chocolate in years. Dave eats a lot of eggs and he is never having regular chocolate again.
Dun, dun, dun. I hope that soon the war actually calms down and maybe some amenities can be restored. But obviously right now things are sort of shitty, unfortunately.
Yeah. You know, Mammal, I wish I could send you chocolate, but to be honest, nothing in America is healthy.
Well, the stuff we get is okay. Like, we could send him the chocolate that we eat.
Yeah. I don't want to poison you with the regular stuff. I don't know what you'd like.
I mean, we could make, like, now that I've realized all the ingredients and yada yada, it's actually pretty easy just to make chocolate. Just take cacao powder, some stevia for sweetener, because the sugar is the bad part. Mix it up with a little coconut oil or maybe coconut cream if you want it to be like a milk chocolate with some heat, and let it dry. And then whoa, it's chocolate! Whoa, incredible! Like, it turns out all of the weird chemicals are sort of bonus; they're not necessary, so it's not that hard to just make chocolate.
Well, Mamo, at least you're eating healthy. That's important. And you can, I mean, if you can find any spices, you can put spices on it. He's gonna get himself some coffee when he figures out the donation. Hopefully to celebrate, yeah.
Oh, nice. You've been doing all this without coffee? What, are you some kind of a creature? Seriously, you're making so many cool things so often, and if you have not been powered by caffeine, then you've got some sort of natural well of supernatural productivity that's kind of badass. Slightly frightening, but very respectable.
He's probably younger than you, Dave.
Is that a thing? Are there people that are younger
Dave's
than
an
me?
old man.
I thought I was the last. I thought I was the last one. I thought they were gonna
The last
stop.
Airbender.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna stop pumping them out after I was made.
They don't make Daves like they used to.
All right, we got this one. Looks pretty good. Close it up. We're done. But no, I guess they made more.
He says salt is good. Salt is very good.
Oh yeah, that's one of the few things that I will continue to eat, quote unquote, during a fast, is just getting some nice high quality salt in there.
He says he can't afford coffee. You know, Dave, honestly, are we legally allowed to send food that far? I don't know how to do the customs form.
I'd have to look into the international law. We could try. Like, let's talk about it later and see if we can figure it out. I think that the issue is, like, it's just hard for anything to get delivered over there at times. But
I know. You know, honestly, I'd be afraid of something happening to him if he tried to go get our package.
yeah, it's sort of a bad situation to be in. But that is exactly why I'm hoping that it seems like the donation drive is going pretty good. So thank you to everyone that's chipping in and trying to help make the world a slightly better place for Mamo.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You know, I'm gonna talk about this. In the movie Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, there is the scene where Charlie is so unfortunate that his family has to drink cabbage water soup. And we have made cabbage water soup here to eat. Just because of Dave's diet, we've actually done that.
I'm sorry, I don't know what they're complaining about. My cabbage soup is badass. It's so good.
I know. I know. So whenever we make it, we always like make fun of Charlie about how spoiled he is. And that what a brat he is.
It's like, oh, you're
about
too
wanting-
good for cabbage soup, you little punk.
Exactly.
To be fair, we also have like some bones in there, so there's a lot of collagen, protein, and other stuff that seeps in from the marrow. So it's not completely.
Well, I mean, no. When at one point it is all cabbage soup. You just put spices in to hide the pain.
I thought, have I ever made soup without some bones in there? Usually I use bones in it.
If it's the same thing, it doesn't do taste. It's crazy.
It is not the same thing.
You're a vitamin whore.
You know what? If I made cabbage bone broth and I just made cabbage soup with no bone broth and gave you both of them, I bet you could tell the difference. And one of them you'd be like, "Fuck you, Dave. I'm not drinking this." And the other one you'd probably
Yeah, I know.
you'd probably be fine with.
Yeah. He says he gets organ meats whenever they're available for cheaper.
Oh, nice. That's the way to go. Cheaper, tons of nutrients. I know some people are like, "Oh, I don't like how it tastes." It's like, yeah, but it's good for you and cheaper, so whatever.
I'm gonna tell you some things. I'm not sure if you can do it based on what's available, but if you boil gizzards for a long time, I like that. That's the only way I will eat gizzards. And then with liver, if you can mix it with like a barbecue, I don't know if you have barbecue. It's kind of like if you mix it with a sauce of some kind, basically, that kind of hides the flavor for me. I don't like doing liver, but I can do liver then.
Also, I know like sometimes with people the issue they have with liver is the texture, but another thing you can try is if you just mix it in with hamburger, then it just sort of turns into like hamburger that's also more nutritious.
And that's a good way to hide it, honestly.
Yeah. Secret liver.
Ew. Or you could just give it to your lizard.
You're giving liver to your lizard?
I didn't. I did give liver to my lizard.
Now we're
It's a
talking about
liver.
liver, and I'm like, I haven't had liver in a while.
Oh, so disgusting.
Next grocery run, let's try to get some liver for David.
I'll put it on the list.
I know we had like some from the duck, but it's good, but it's not the same as like a whole liver that's just like, hey, I'm just here to be liver and nothing else. How's it going?
Oh yeah, you should definitely add sugar to liver. That's terrible.
Sugar? No. Why would anyone corrupt pure, beautiful liver with sugar?
For people who don't like how it tastes. Oh. Oh.
Seriously,
Oh,
like
that
anytime
ruins
you're like,
everything.
oh, I want to sweeten this up, I will add sugar. Imagine a little cartoon
Don't.
Dave like in a little police uniform, like bicycle, like on a unicycle, like smashing through your window, like, wait, don't add sugar. Instead, you could add, and then there's like little cannons deployed on the side of the unicycle. And like little stevia containers pop into your hands. Just add stevia. It's like the same thing as sugar, but there's no glycemic impact. You're welcome. And then I fly out on my unicycle.
Or take Liz's advice and don't put anything on your liver and don't have liver.
You know what? You don't get the unicycle treatment anymore because of that. You just
I don't even want to see that.
You just took yourself off of the unicycle visitation list.
Oh, well, you know what? We all have to face the hard reality that what is good for us does not taste good. What tastes really good is terrible for us. Excuse me, says the person who says we should put sugar on liver. So,
No, I'm gonna be in hardcore denial of this reality. You have to. There's two ways to go. One way, and you can go both ways at the same time. One way is just only eat stuff that's healthy, and then through trial and error, figure out how to put it together in a way where it actually tastes pretty good. And then the other technique is brainwash yourself into thinking, no, this tastes fine. No, actually, I love the taste of liver. I'm having a great time. And if you successfully brainwash yourself, then bam, paradise.
my lizard wants to go to Ukraine and only eat eggs. That would be her dream.
What? Why does she want to go to Ukraine and eat eggs?
Because that's all she wants to do. She will not eat anything but protein all the time.
Well, yeah, but
Fruits, vegetables, jeez.
no offense to Chomps. Like, I understand Chomps likes to eat eggs, but like, I don't think Chomps wants to go into a war zone because it's scary and dangerous and there's loud noises.
But she's good at hiding.
She is pretty good at hiding. She does like to put herself into crinkly paper. You know
Yeah.
what? I kind of
Well,
take it
hey.
back. She's bad at hiding. She will
Yeah.
literally put her head into a pouch and then walk around and walk into walls.
Oh,
So
that's just fun.
I rescind the good at hiding compliment.
So, hey, but that's what the food industry does. They just keep adding more sugar to our food. Well, maybe there's already sugar in your liver.
I mean, there might be. That's why, like, honestly, that was probably the most pain in the butt thing of getting into my diet when I first did, was having to look at the ingredients on everything, because there's so many things where you're like, oh, well, this is just like a product of, should be totally fine. I'll just look at the ingredients to be safe. I'm sure it's fine, but then you look at the ingredients and there's like 13 chemicals and sugar. And it's like, why? It'll be like a vegetable too. It'll be like, here's like a vegetable, or here's like a chicken. I'm sure there's no weird stuff in these ingredients. Oh, there is. They put sugar in everything.
Mamo says Big Pharma doesn't want you to be healthy. Yeah, but they want our money. So, they have to keep us alive to take our money. So there's a catch there.
Well, they don't.
They have not thought out.
I don't know. Like, it's
No.
there is a
Beginning
lot
of
of money
conspiracy.
to be made from treating the illness. There's not so much money to be made from maintaining health. So I don't know how much of the system is built that way on purpose necessarily. But let's just say these big picture incentives, they do dictate the type of structure that arises. So it is what it is.
Oh, so we're debating between evil and stupid.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know. I think there's plenty of room in the world for both.
Oh, it might even be the same.
I'm tempted to leave this tower purple. Purple's actually kind of a good look for this really weird, like, dilapidated, strange building that I drew. What was I thinking when I drew that? I'm not sure.
It's the Goliath Tower.
Oh, he's up there doing, like, every time you see Goliath, he's got his fist jammed into his chin and he's glaring at a book. Like, they're trying to be like, listen,
Yeah, I know.
please believe us. He's not just a big brute. He's not just strong. He's not just strong. He's not just strong. He's so smart. Goliath is so smart. Look, he's looking at a book. He's doing it. He's
No, I'm
looking
gonna
right
argue
there.
with you. He never turns the page, though. I think he's trying to read. He's trying to figure out how to read.
Liz, do you know how much money it costs to make him turn a page?
I know how much. Do you know how long it takes to animate that?
Do you understand how much money it costs to make people turn a page, as opposed to not
Yeah.
turning a page?
I know. Static image.
Are you gonna
Like,
pay the
and how
bill?
long it takes.
Are you gonna pay the bill to make Goliath be turning pages? Are you gonna have him be like a page flipping maestro over there? I don't think so.
That's like 3 days of work.
I know.
Ugh.
That's like, call the team in. They want him turning the pages now. What will they think of next? I feel like, though, I haven't seen the series in a while, so I might be remembering inaccurately, but
What?
I feel like they needed to try to make it seem like he's smart, but then in the series, they have him always running around and screaming and, like, walking into traps and bellowing like an idiot, like, oh, what sorcery is this? Ah! So it's like, they want him
It's
to...
like his catchphrase.
Yeah, like, what sorcery is this? Oh! It's almost comical. But they want him to be viewed by the audience as smart, so they're like, stick a book in his face. But it's like, no, if you really want the audience to think he's smart, you have to have him doing smart actions in the story. You can't just, like, tell us he's smart by showing a picture of a book. You have to demonstrate his intelligence through the way he behaves himself. That's how show and tell works. You don't just, like, draw a picture of what the conclusion is. That's just a fancy way of telling.
Now, chat is saying it's a picture book, but I'm going to say they never wrote any words on the pages. The pages are blank, honestly.
Maybe it's a coloring
Maybe
book.
it's his diary.
It's a coloring book. He's like, something about this feels wrong. It's just looking at all the black and white pictures.
All right. I am told if corpos followed the logic of long-term stability over short-term reward, we wouldn't have Disney Star Wars. Why do you want Disney Star Wars? Why? I don't remember who owned Star Wars before Disney, but you know what? I wish
It was
did a better job.
The Oompa Loompas did, I think.
What's that?
I think so.
George Lucas came into his basement and refused to show it. Is that what that is?
Is he not an Oompa Loompa? I thought that was his people. I thought he was like one of Wonka's
I,
sidekicks.
I don't want to be racist, but
Racist about Oompa Loompas and
Yeah,
George
he-
Lucas.
yes.
Like, I don't want to be racist, but George Lucas is clearly an Oompa Loompa. If you look at his ancestry, George Lucas's mother clearly fucked a small orange creature.
It was some sort of alien. I don't know.
Why do you think he was so obsessed with the bizarre-looking aliens? It's a callback to dear old mum. If George Lucas is listening to this now, he's quivering with rage. He's like, "This is not funny at all. I take it very seriously."
No, I know. I knew you were lamenting and not being thankful. We know.
Yeah, I think the corporation's short-term incentive structure is what makes them do short-term things anyways. Because if you think about how it's built, and that's probably just downstream of like stock market sharings and earnings reports and like dividends and stuff like that, is if everything is based on something quarterly, then everyone is like, okay, if the quarterly number go up, I get a bonus. If the quarterly number do not go up, I do not get a bonus. So my only concern is, what can I do to make this number on a graph go higher in the next 3 months? And beyond that, who gives a fuck? So I think just because the incentive structure on most corporations has such a short time horizon, then that's why corporations do all this like short-term stuff.
Faru is giving me a little bit of a Goliath Gargoyle synopsis.
Oh, all right.
And it's taking me a minute to remember that episode.
I like a gargoyle's synopsis. He has a daughter, right?
Angela, yeah. All right, I give it to you. When they were fighting Oberon, Goliath totally outsmarted those rocks he was encased in, so he could keep kicking his ass when his daughter was in danger.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, see, that's why I'm glad someone's bringing up examples, because my memory's not all there about gargoyles. But that's a great example of, like, they want Goliath to seem like he's more than a brute, and there, in the plot, he is doing something that requires, like, strategy and thought, and voila, he's more than a brute. He did something smart.
Well, yeah, and so the only way to make it look like character consistency is to make him hold a blank book.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not like that's, like, a creative crime or anything. Especially if they have character actions that line up with it. The book is like a drop in that direction. It's like a data point on the chart, and then if there's more data points that support it, it becomes sort of a cohesive idea.
No, but I remember some artist commentary or something that they actually had to do that or decided to do that for that specific reason. I heard that somewhere.
Probably the special features. I remember back before our DVDs literally went up in fire. They had some fun commentary and stuff on there.
Yeah, I don't know. I could get them again, but I don't think I'd ever watch them. And after I know like the creator and his story strategies, I'm kind of rolling my eyes.
Oh, it's okay. Like I wouldn't say no if they popped up, but honestly, it's like if I was gonna like look at a $10 bill versus the Gargoyle seasons, it's.
Oh, no, honey, it's not 10. It's like 60.
Well, I'm talking about a hypothetical.
Okay.
It's not that it's bad. It's cool. It's good. It's just that since I've already seen it, and there's other things that maybe for example, we've got Batman, the original animated series right now that we haven't really had time to watch yet. So it's just that I've got other stuff to watch, and it's good, but we have seen it within the last couple decades. So I just don't know if it'd be worth more than 10 or $20.
We've got the commentary to Gravity Falls to listen to because I'm really curious about the censorship.
I'm looking forward to that. That series was so good. I think that's coming down as one of my favorite cartoon series of all time.
I know there's nothing bad about it at all. I would watch it again. I had this like I just had good vibes the next day every time after watching that.
Yeah, great writing.
I just felt really good thinking about it.
Great visuals, really fun subject matter. Spooky paranormal stuff. Just all good. I also really like how even beyond like the cool spooky content and stuff, each episode also had substance to it. Like there'd be like a nice little like moral to the story that was well crafted and put in there, and it wasn't like so subtle no one could ever divine, but there was actually a point to the story. It's a cartoon, it's kind of out there, but still there was a point to the stories in terms of character development and a little lesson to learn. And it was well done, so it didn't really feel patronizing at all, and it was just good.
Okay. Not gonna lie, that gray building looks like a prison. Dave, are these prisons or libraries, or is it the same thing?
I don't think this is a prison. This looks like someone, like a local noble's private sort of like residence. This looks like it's something that was passed down from the time. Maybe this is a fortress that survived the last War of Powers, and there's just a family that's been living in it for a while.
Okay. Maybe I'm having a translation issue because it's text. The joke here is that when he saw his daughter get injured, he went a full barbarian rage, flexed his muscles so hard that the rocks he was imprisoned in shattered, and he blindly charged forward as usual. That's the Goliath I know.
Oh, okay, so when he was using an example of like, no, Goliath did this clever thing once, he's not just a brute. Like, he was referencing something
Sarcasm.
where actually there was no cleverness at all. He was just literally flexed his muscles harder than anyone else.
Yeah, I don't. First of all, I don't remember anything about that episode or who Oberon is.
It's possible. Actually, it's possible we haven't seen all of it. I know that we saw most of it, but then like when it got towards like the final bit where they were having like the journey to Avalon and stuff, I think that the fire hit before we saw all that.
No, I'm pretty sure we did. Well, wait, did you see them come back to New York?
I don't think so.
All right, that's subtle. We got to get that. We're gonna have to do gargoyles next. Oh, it was on Avalon. Okay, well, Dave saw that one, but it's been so long. It's probably been 15 years since we last watched Gargoyles.
Although I do like the fact that I'm over here like, oh, you know what? I guess I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. Goliath isn't just a dumb flex machine after all. And then the person's like, no, I'm describing a time when all he did was flex and be a flex machine.
You know, when you get different writers on the show who didn't see him read a blank book, you just gotta go with the character design.
And I don't want to even be sitting here saying, like, every character has to be intelligent. That has to be the thing that they are. Otherwise, it's bad writing. It's like, no, you can... Like, it's not a problem for him to be a flex machine. If they want to have him be, like, this really strong, determined, but brutish character, that can be a great character. You know, there's all sorts of characters that are... where that's sort of, like, the direction of their personality.
You know what, it reminds me of Starbarians, where the guy is just so ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, Kilgar is the best.
Yeah. Actually, that's right. I was working with the Kilgears, and I was looking at the name, and I'm like, that looks all like Kilgar.
Yeah, it does, actually, now that you mention it.
Oops. No issue. Oh, Vivid, how are you?
Hey, doing pretty good. I guess my name is Vivid now. I did it to myself.
It's YouTube. That's what you're under.
Yeah, that's true. Namo says someone's asking if we're interested in Dreamkeeper's 3D models. I mean, I'm interested in 3D models in general. I don't necessarily want to lead someone on with, because I don't know what we would do with it necessarily, or and you know, there's no plans for a compensation or anything like that. But I don't know if someone wants to make some stuff. I'd like to see it.
If you want to do that for fun, we would like to see. In the past, people have done that for making figurines, and we have actually licensed and worked with them and paid them for it, but we can't promise that. But we do like to see things for fun. Yeah. If you do it for fun.
So I guess I would say, like, I definitely have interest, but I don't want to like say that and have it be misconstrued as us like leading somebody on, you know, with like specific, like, oh, if you do it, we will give you $10 and 15 of attention, you know, because
I will give you 15 of attention. I have 20 attention, and I will give you 5.
I mean, honestly, because I'm not trying to be sarcastic, but sometimes people might do something and they're hoping, yeah, I want to get noticed, I want to get recognition for this, I want to get noticed for this. I imagine that they will definitely retweet me, and then, you know, maybe I'm out to lunch or for whatever reason we don't retweet it or something, and they might be disappointed. So I just don't I don't want to give people like the wrong idea, but in general, I'm still interested in things.
Oh, is Vivid not an anagram of David? No, because Vivid doesn't have an A in it, and David has too many D's, and we're not that smart.
Oh, it is an anagram of David.
Is that? No, it's not.
Vivid. Wait a minute.
Told you.
Thinking. Are you sure? Does it have the same number of letters? Oh, if only David had. Wait, no, David does have a V. I think Liz. I think it matches.
See how smart we are. He doesn't know his own name. I'm sorry, he's wrong. Do you want to sit down with your keyboard and work on this for a while?
Listen, there's no way to tell. There's no way to know right now. But if we ask AI, if we sit down, do we know anyone at like the local university, maybe a particle physicist that could look into this for me?
Well, it's pretty obvious you did not do that on purpose.
Can we just retcon and pretend that everything I do is on purpose? Unless
Yeah,
I'm
really.
unless I'm dodging responsibility for something, in which case nothing I do is on purpose.
No, actually, sir. I was online and I saw something where it was Vivid Independent Publishing, but it was like Vivid Independent Publishing. And I am hoping you did not misspell our name on something very important. And I can't tell, and I'm a little miffed at you.
What? You saw a typo somewhere in the wild, and now you're mad at me? That doesn't seem right.
I know you typed it. No, I know you typed it. I know you spelled your name wrong.
Well, is it like a post that came from us? Is that why?
No, it's not. I will find it and show you. It's a little concerning.
Okay, well, you're being very mysterious, so I guess I'll have to
I
see what this is about later.
Oh, I'm saying it might be a legal document. I have to
Oh,
talk to you.
Maybe phone's like, well, actually, you have lost the lawsuit because we found that you made a typo. Go to jail forever.
Hey, excuse me, when I was 10, I seriously thought law worked that way. Leave me alone.
Some other people thought law worked that way too.
His real name is Divivi. Are you Divivi? Is that your name?
I'd have to check the napkin after I sneeze to see what my real name is.
Okay. Man, it's hard to get boiling water. We could boil some water for him, but it wouldn't be boiled when he gets up.
What if we put it in like a plastic bag? Would that keep it fresh?
Hot.
Yeah, fresh. Like hot, good. Like the way we sent it. I have a child's conception of how everything works, and that's the way I like it.
I know. Oh.
Oh, damn it. I think I made this thing look even more like R2-D2. It was not on purpose.
No, did you? I can't tell. Oh, no. Dave? Yes, you did.
I'm gonna make this a little more gray. No, a little more blue. Yeah, there we go.
Okay. You know, Mamo is on YouTube, Twitch, and Picardo. He either likes you or he's having computer problems.
Hey, when the baskets are all shaky, it doesn't hurt to have more than one basket. Oops.
Yeah. Okay, sir. I think the RTD2 situation is the turquoise blue coming in. Or the white. Why is the whole building blue? Why don't you just change the colors
Because blue is
to
pretty.
avoid this?
Because it needs.
I
We need
know.
a blue accent here.
I know you do.
I can't help it. Blue
There's no
is pretty.
fixing this. You have ideas.
Yeah. I'm compelled.
Oh, can I take a look at that RTD2 again? Uh-oh, I think something's gonna happen.
You mean this R2-D2? Yeah, he's more of a
back.
dark blue. I have more of a light blue. No one in their right mind would ever think that again. The problem is over.
Okay, for YouTube, yes, Mamo is on YouTube. I believe it was Mamo right above you in the chat saying something I cannot understand. He wants to animate it crushing the city. Well, that's a good idea. We would like that.
R2-D2 meets the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Oh, finally. How expensive are electric stoves that have solar panels?
I have no idea. I've never had a solar panel stove before.
I should probably talk to you about this off stream, but I just can't help it because I'm really curious. If you were capable of sending Mammo food, would you get standard American food or would you get him your food and get him like healthy marshmallows?
I would want, I don't know, like I would want to know, like if we had the ability to successfully mail food, I would basically want to know like what food would he want that would be good
Yeah,
for him
we
to
should
eat?
probably ask what would be helpful, so you're not like sending him banana chips or something really stupid, or like salt. I have salt or eggs, you know.
Yeah, like the point would not be like, I'm gonna send you a giant package of what I like. Like, that's like, if I'm sending it to someone else, I would imagine the point is that it's like for them to have.
Yeah, probably not David food. I don't know.
I mean, maybe, but we'd have to, if we had like the ability to do that, then we'd just have to talk to him and be like, hey, what can we?
Yeah, what would be good?
what-
What do we have the power to do?
What's your favorite? What kind of birthday cake do you like? What's your flavor?
If oh,
Chocolate or serious conversation? Chocolate or vanilla?
oh, one time I will talk about this. One time I had I had a friend who was German, and I actually made her a beer cake, if you remember that. Where-
Vaguely, yeah.
Where instead of instead of a water in the cake mix, I used beer.
That was really good, if I
And-
recall.
It actually worked, which I was surprised by. That because when you bake alcohol, the alcohol burns away and you get the flavor. So when you bit into the cake, there was like a beer flavor in the bread, which was really cool. I think bread beer is the same way. Mama wants chocolate, vanilla sucks. Okay, good.
Vanilla, spear to the heart. Actually, when I was saying you have to choose chocolate or vanilla, I suddenly had a thought. Now, I'm not dumb. I know there's such a thing as marbled cake, right? I'm not some idiot that doesn't know what marbled cake is. Don't
Okay,
think
tell me
that
more.
about me. But
Okay.
is there a name for a cake that is chocolate and vanilla mixed? Like a chocanilla cake? Has anyone ever tried that? What? Why are you sighing? That might be like the best version. That might be the best of all worlds.
No, I'm actually trying to think how to do that. First of all, it would make twice as much cake if you did two mixings together.
Well, I figure
Unless
you'd take half of each.
split it up.
You know.
You know what? They say it's probably they think they mix vanilla in every chocolate cake. You know what? I think it would just taste like kind of a subtle chocolate. It would still be a brown cake, but it would just be kind of subtle. I think you'd be very disappointed.
Depends on how you label it, because if you label it right, then the imagination will make it think it's great. What if you labeled it like a milk chocolate cake? Like, this isn't
You'd be
chocolate, this is milk chocolate.
They discontinued your chocolate mix, so I don't even know if we could make that for you.
I have the ability to create chocolate from the pure elements of reality itself.
Thanks, Willy Wonka. Isn't that marble cake? We thought so too, but it's not like the two mixes would separate and make marble cake. It would just be completely blended together evenly. So I don't think it would be marbleized.
Yeah, I think marble cake is like it's swirled together, and so they're sort of like separate but like interwoven. I feel like marbled cake would actually be harder because you'd have to keep it from all getting mushed together. So maybe I'm just describing like a failed marbled cake.
No, you're not. No, you're describing something else. I'll explain it to you. When you make marble cake, I think you're actually kind of putting like you're either putting a chocolate syrup in there, or it's the kind of thing where you're putting it in there, but you're not mixing it all the way. But if you mix it all the way, I don't think it'll do what you want. I think it'll just be a disappointment. Although, if you do a layer cake and separate them, vanilla layer, chocolate layer, vanilla layer, you could do that.
Oh yeah, like an either or, like a sort of like an advanced pancake technology situation.
Yeah, they're better stacked. Firu was right. Mamo says if had cake from the store, he'd throw up. Even a carrot tastes too sweet. Well, he's eating keto.
Yeah, I will say once you're on like keto and you're off sugar for a while, like suddenly if you try to eat something that has a bunch of sugar in it, it's sort of like if your eyes are adjusted to the dark and then you try to look at the sun, it's just like, oh my god, Like the sweet stuff with sugar and high fructose corn syrup just tastes disgusting. Ooh, someone's talking about a checker pattern cake. I like the innovations they're developing there.
It takes so much work to do, by the way. That's like chess cake.
Chess cake.
I'm just saying it would be like a black and white board.
You just said a phrase that caused like my body to receive a shot of dopamine. Chess cake. Which chess cake?
Yeah, no. Which part of that did you like the most? Whoa.
It's like instead of pieces being captured and being taken off the board, they're made out of like marzipan. You just eat them, like aggressively while staring your opponent in the eye.
Oh, what if they were like little truffles, and then like, okay, so the pawns are truffles, and then you get these like little like cheesecake bites throughout the thing. Oh, that's terrible. We shouldn't. And then yeah, if you capture one, you get to eat it.
Yeah, there definitely has to be a system where if you capture pieces, like you get to eat them, which is gonna initiate so many trades. It's gonna be ridiculous. Everyone's just gonna turn into like the most aggressive player.
The fattest.
Yeah, it's gonna be like checkmate, I win. It's like, do you?
Well, now he's calling me an imposter on Twitch. So, you know, I don't know. We're just everywhere today.
Who's an imposter?
Me. Maybe you.
What, is someone trying to warn me that is this like a stolen identity horror film?
Watch out, Dave. That's not Liz. That's her evil twin.
Yeah, like if that is true, please someone let me know, but don't let me know in the Twitch chat because I'm not really watching it. Come over to Picardo.
I got it.
And warn me about the details of Imposter Liz so I can understand how it's not
in
my
public.
real. Yeah, because otherwise, right. If she's an imposter, I'm fucked. If she looks like Liz to me, I can't tell.
The one that likes liver is the imposter.
Uh-oh, that's me. I'm the imposter.
Right. The hard part will be making the fondant chess pieces that go on top. No, the hard part is keeping your fingers clean when you move each piece on the chessboard.
Clean fingers? Who said that was a priority?
Oh, I know. You're licking them every time you play chess cake.
Hazen, how have you been
are you
today?
there?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I just wanted to know offhand, do we have the ability to send food to Mamo, or is that like impossible?
I don't know. He's in Ukraine. I think that you can send. I think it's just Russia and like Russian Federation things you can't send things to if you're from anywhere else in the world other than China. But you can. I think you can send things to Ukraine. People send things to Ukraine.
Do they really?
I think so. Yeah. I don't know if I'm sure Ukraine has its own laws and they may have special wartime provisions and stuff for like what you can send there, but that's something I don't know offhand. Like that's something you're gonna have to research, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I have never sent food internationally, so I have no idea what happens there or the little codes I have to do.
You have to look because some countries have very strange things that are weird that you can't, like in Germany, for example, it's illegal to send like as an import to Germany a deck of playing cards that is incomplete. It's actually a crime to do that.
Oh man. Someone got really upset at a poker game at some point in the past.
Yeah, I can only imagine that is what happened. But yeah, it is illegal to do that. So there a lot of countries, especially you know how Europe is. Europe is like a bunch of countries, and so they all have their own like special laws, even though they're under the EU and all that now. But yeah, so you'll have to look and see like what is normally legal. I wouldn't even ask Mamo about it really. He might be in chat, but he might, things can change. He might not know.
No,
But before
I
you
know.
send
I have
anything,
to
just
research.
look into it, because it'd be tragic if you sent him something and then it just got thrown away or stolen or
Well,
something.
as long as
you
it's
know?
No,
labeled
I
accurately.
know
Like, I've
that.
got a cake recipe that's inspired by Native Americans, and I could also send them the recipe that goes with it, like a manual. I call it the tomahawk cake. So just label tomahawk manual all over your package, and I think there's not gonna be any problems if you send stuff like that to you.
They love sending those. I
Yeah.
hear the U.S. really loves sending tomahawks over to Ukraine. So,
I thought you were telling the truth
they'll
for a
probably
minute, and I was
proceed
like,
that
what kind
right
of
through
hell
the
is
express lane.
Well, this is like, I've never heard of Dave's tomahawk cake recipe. And it's like, oh, it's a big hit, but get it? Like, people find the taste quite
Liz,
striking.
Such a kidder.
My instant thought was like, Dave can't eat tomahawk cake.
You thought I officially tricked Liz for a brief moment in time, for a shining, beautiful moment, into thinking that tomahawk cake was a real thing. Although, maybe it
I'm
is. I
happy
don't
to have joined at this point in the stream.
like.
When Dave talks about cake, that's how you know he's full of it. It's 'cause it's like, nope.
Oh
nope.
yeah, I'm the expert on various types of cake. Believe me. Spoiler: he's
Can you
not.
look at it? Are you an expert on looking at it?
I have been called a snack cuck, so there's yes. And this
Honey,
is a micro.
you would do that at meals too. You do that. You guys could just go to the restaurant and I'll just sit and watch you eat the food.
Yeah. I don't want to like rain on people's parade. I don't want to be like, well, now that I'm here, the things that you can do that you enjoy has just reduced sharply. I don't want to be the veto, the source of veto power. But if people want to be nice and do stuff that can include me too, I'm gonna be like, okay, cool. That sounds even better. Thanks.
I think I've only done that to you one time on the road, and then one time because I had a Vaqueros emergency. Those are the only 2 times I've had to snack cook you.
Well, yeah, but that was a Vaqueros emergency. That's different.
You were okay with it.
Yeah. Did I guilt trip you about it later?
Probably.
Oh, okay. If I didn't, let me
Probably
know.
because
I can make up for it and do some guilt tripping now.
it's bad for me. It's probably the real issue.
Yeah, it's like, oh, so you can enjoy
The
something.
real.
Listen, if you enjoyed something that might not be the healthiest thing on the planet, let me go ahead and at least destroy the enjoyment you had.
Do you feel bad? Yeah, every time I eat a
Excellent.
chip, it's also, do you feel bad now? Do you feel bad now?
Yeah. The best dining partner is the one who makes you feel the worst about who you are and what your choices are in life.
Somebody thinks hatchets are illegal in Ukraine. I just don't even want to know.
Hatchets, like for chopping down, you don't chop down a tree with a hatchet, I guess. What do you do with a hatchet?
Maybe logs for fire?
Chop people in half. I guess they should be illegal. The only thing you can use a hatchet for, I think, is to chop a person in half. I've seen movies. I know what they're for.
Yeah. It is that time of year, Halloween and all.
Yeah, spooky season.
So, Dave, I remember you had some beef with that book, My Side of the Mountain.
Oh yeah.
You didn't like My Side of the Mountain?
It's not that I didn't that I thought it was bad. I just wasn't really enjoying it too much. So I was like, oh, I'm not really getting a lot out of this.
It's
so.
kind of a boring book.
He
Yeah.
thought it was fake and contrived.
Well, it's,
Well, I do think it's fiction.
yeah,
It
it's fiction, but I think when I was going into it, I was like, oh, this might be a fun story, and it might have some cool little survival things. And then the first scene, I think that could maybe be like, maybe not. Maybe I'm gonna read something else. Was the kid goes out and he's like, oh, I'm gonna tell you just how hard it was to survive. It was so incredibly difficult. So the first day I went out, I was a little hungry, and so I took a twig and I tied it together with a piece of grass and a second twig, and then I found a longer piece of grass to use as a fishing line, and then I threw it into the brook, and would you believe it took me 3 tries before I even got 37 trout. It was grueling, I tell you, but then I had a delicious fish dinner that night. It was very hard. And so I was like,
I think he made like almond pancakes.
yeah, so I was like, this is like, I could see this being like a fun story to read, especially if you're a kid and you don't really know necessarily how things work. But
Yeah, I think that's what it's targeted at. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm not saying it's like it's bad for everyone or bad universally, but it's just when I was getting into it, I could sort of tell it's like, oh, this isn't really what I would be looking for out of survival type of story thing. So I think I'll just put it down because I don't want to just sit here the whole time and be like,
I know.
this isn't what I'm looking
Criticize
for a week, you know.
it. Yeah, that would be a great
It has-
YouTube channel. Dave shits on children's books.
That's some Maddox to your entertainment there.
Yeah.
I know, I love it.
Oh, that's great.
I thought that was the best
That was
thing
when
he's
he
ever
was
done.
the funniest to me. Yeah, like when
Could've
he was
kept
the
going.
funniest when he was just doing like the most ridiculous shit you could imagine.
Well, explain it to them if they don't know what this was.
Okay, so along 1,000 years ago, before Sigourney Weaver, but like a long time ago on
the internet lore.
In the,
Internet.
There
the
was,
early
like, yeah,
days
the-
of the web.
back when people made their own websites. Yeah, it was that long ago. So back when people made their own websites, there was a guy. He still has a website, I think, but no one really visits it anymore because some things have happened, and no one really likes this guy anymore. But he used to be a really funny guy on the internet. He had a website that was just full of written articles of him just saying like what a lot of people thought was just insane hyperbole. Like he wrote a book. He had an entire webpage that later became a book you could purchase called I Am Better Than Your Kids. And it was just him rating children's artwork as though it was like a serious critique. It was hilarious. And he would rate like a drawing of a fire truck and say like, this fire truck looks like it needs to be shaved. I'd rather burn to death than be saved by this hairy piece of shit. Yeah.
This fire truck has 5 wheels, you know?
Yeah, I think it maybe had 5 wheels. Yeah, like just stupid shit kids draw. And he would like rate these things, and it would be it was just so funny. So there was the guy's name was Maddox something. I think it was Maddox because he actually named it after an anime called something Maddox. It was like a mecha anime.
No shit.
One of those mecha animes that never really went anywhere. Yeah,
I saw that.
So he's a really
just-
cool guy.
I saw that just the other month, and I thought of that, and that thought crossed my mind. I was like, Maddox, this is full of gears and autism. I wonder if this inspired like the internet guy Maddox. I didn't.
apparently, I think it did. Yeah, I think
shit.
he said as much.
Well, I
But,
could see why it inspired him. I thought it was pretty cool, but carry on.
Yeah, there's like a lot of, we have like 20 minutes left. Sorry, I'm so late, but
Nah, it's fine.
there's a lot of drama stuff that happened with him and this other guy. And for a long time, people thought Maddox was a big piece of shit. And then later, a lot of people started thinking the other guy was a big piece of shit. And both of them now have everything's come out in the wash, so to speak. Both of them have told their side of the story, and it turns out they're both gigantic pieces of shit. And one is probably a little bit bigger than the other because I don't think Maddox has ever, allegedly stole a bunch of money from the other guy. But
I think they kind of deserve each other, frankly.
I think they do too. I always think when people steal money or just hide money away from a thing like that it's bad. But I think some of that should be reconciled. But he has not, the thing is, he did actually bring a court case against this guy, and it was because he was making fun of him on the internet. It was never this guy, took money from our site in Bitcoin, and he never gave me any of that money, even though there was an agreement that said he was supposed to have that money. He hired a lawyer, and he was, he could have spent the money on litigation over actual crimes, over actual civil, violations. And instead of doing that, he chose to just go to New York, in a New York court where neither of them are, and try to just go, these people are making fun of me online, and it's really mean. And then the judge took one look at that case and said, this sounds stupid. I'm not doing this. I'm dismissing these. So he knows, apparently, according to him, litigation is extremely expensive. He's not wrong about that, but he doesn't have the money to do another suit. But he should have. In my opinion, I'm not a lawyer, and I don't really know a whole lot about American law, but in my opinion, it probably would have come out better for him, both PR wise and monetarily. and actually like maybe have some justice, vengeance, whatever he wants to say he's getting. If he actually does have a case, if he's not lying, if he's not like making stuff up or just like exaggerating things, and this other person did owe him $30,000-$40,000 worth of Bitcoin, then he probably should have, did a legal case, something to do with that, something quantitative that he could, bring before a judge and actually claim damages and stuff. Instead, he did sort of similar to what it seemed like those guys were doing to Dave and Liz. Like, you did something I don't like on the internet. I want $400 million trillion.
Yeah.
And just like that case, a judge took one look at that and went, no, you're not. I'm sorry, you're not going to get that because that's ridiculous.
Okay. Mammal says that Civet AI just dropped an update and the free currency can't be used on not safe for work generations now.
I don't know what they're doing, man.
Things
I
move
know
fast.
it's not the card networks because you can't even use cards on Civet AI. If you go to purchase currency on there or like buy a membership, you have to go to Kinguin. You have to go to a website that sells like G2A or something like that. Like they just have where someone has purchased a bunch of game keys for Steam and you can buy them off there. You have to buy a gift card, a digital gift card for Civet AI through Kinguin.
Never heard of King.
So I don't know why they're even bothering, because are they trying to make more money? I don't know what they're doing. You can also pay, I think, well, you can pay in Bitcoin, but I think that's also, everything is also just through Kinguin. That is, I don't know why they have made that decision, but that may be the final nail. And for Civet AI, that's very sad.
Hazen, I'm not sure if you know this because you're not in America, but I heard something that maybe Grok Imagine is only in America. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know either, because if I use anything with Twitter, I have to be on a VPN anyway.
Oh, okay.
You can't actually access Twitter
even,
through the QQ net here.
I wasn't even sure if Grok Imagine is hooked up to Twitter or not.
It's part of X. XAI is what actually, legally, XAI is what owns and develops and operates Grok. And Grok is technically an LLM model, so it's a chat model that's very smart, but they've hooked up image generation workflows. I'm assuming it's probably just a comfy UI backend that they're using. But if you're in another country and you're trying to use Grok Imagine, get a VPN. Proton VPN actually offers a free. You can use the free version of their thing. And if you use the Vivaldi browser, it has a built-in thing for Proton VPN that it just uses it automatically on the browser, so you don't even have to have your whole, computer using that. But you can use the VPN and just like actually, I do it on the US addresses, and it just it works. I can do whatever I want with Grok Imagine. Some people have said that it's limited, like they only let you do so many generations for video and stuff, but I have probably done 50-60 generations at least, just trying to narrow it down and play with it and see like what I can prompt to get exactly what I want out of it. I got some pretty good results. I haven't posted them anywhere. I don't know that I saved them, but you can get some really good results, especially since Grok seems to understand the context of the image you give it, down to the point where if you put like an anime image in Grok, it will animate it like 12 frames 12 frames on twos, the way anime is animated. It will actually do that. Yeah, sometimes it won't, but sometimes it'll turn it into like a 3D model. Well, it always sort of turns it into a 3D model and captures frames, but or at least that's what it looks like it's doing to me. I don't know the infrastructure, but if you put like an anime image into it, it'll animate it on 12 frames on two, sort of the way anime looks, the way it's animated. I'm very interested to see if you put like a old Looney Tunes image in there, if it will somehow animate it sort of similarly to the way Looney Tunes is animated, because that would be that if they could get that 75% perfect, that would be industry revolutionizing. from a Twitter LLM.
What I was really impressed by, I tried putting some art in of different characters that Dave drew, and it seemed like it knew the personalities of the characters based on the pose. It was really sweet.
Well, it might. Yeah, I haven't seen. You haven't shown me whatever it is you're talking about. But
Oh,
like,
I didn't.
I
I'm
have,
sorry.
I have. Well, I haven't seen it, but I would like to see it. But
Okay.
It seems Grok seems to understand quite a lot of context even without a prompt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Which
I
is,
know.
I have not used Sora 2 or
I haven't either.
What is the other big one? I haven't used Sora 2. I haven't used Kling. I have not used the new WAN. Well, it's newish now. I guess it's about a month old. WAN 2.5 supposedly is really good too. But I have not used any of those. I used Grok on a whim because they have better marketing. They are attached to Twitter. And if I see someone animate something with Grok on Twitter, it says make your own with Grok. Click here, and I click here, and I can make my own with Grok. It makes it very easy to fall right into the funnel. So I did, and I made some stuff, and it looked good. And it does seem to understand quite a lot with context. There's a guy on Twitter who is exploding right now because he got a commission from some artist or something, and supposedly the artist had in their terms of service that they didn't want their art used as AI, and he did it anyway. He still credited the artist. It's a character that he owns or whatever that nonsense is that people do, and he just put it in the Grok with no prompt, anything, and it sort of like from the pose and like face and character, it sort of just kind of made something, and he was like, yeah, that's how I would expect that character to move.
Yeah.
So it seems to understand quite a lot just from the image.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, how much is VPN per month, and what would you recommend? We like Proton Mail VPN, and I don't know why we use that one. I don't remember, but we like that one. It's hooked up to the email.
Proton VPN, they may have a referral thing, so we can refer people to them, and you may get like some money off. I don't have to check into that, but Proton VPN is built in Switzerland. Switzerland has extremely strict privacy laws. Switzerland does not answer to even like federal subpoenas from other countries and nations because their law has to have that stuff done through their country. So they have had people in they have had like the FBI send them subpoenas to Switzerland, to their Swiss office, and then they look at that in the Swiss office and they just sort of go, yeah, we're not going to send you anything. And there was 1 or 2 times that they actually got the Swiss government to say, okay, yeah, we can make them give you this information, and then they just gave them nothing because they don't actually even save like your IP addresses or anything like that. They don't all of that's encrypted and thrown out as soon as you're done using it. So
Corbin says Proton VPN it is. He's gonna live in Tennessee now. So
you can use it for free, and you can use their mail service. I recommend everyone switch to their mail service as fast as possible. You can use that, their Drive, everything for free. It's limited, but if you pay like it's like less, you can pay like less than $10 a month, I think. And you can get a lot more features. You can get like a lot more security stuff for the VPN. All of it has like a graphics user interface if you're using Windows, which you shouldn't be. You should be using Linux. But if you use Windows still, you can use their graphic user interface. I think a lot of their Linux stuff has graphics user interface now too. So yeah, I'd say try Proton. Try everything Proton. Get away from Google as fast as possible and try Proton.
Okay, something I like about Proton is that they have the pass, and what you can do is it gives you like a little library, and then you type in your website that you use, you put in your password, and it's like it saves it, and it's like a little directory of what you've done, and it'll also give you new you can set it and give you a new like safe password. And
it's a password manager.
Yep.
Yeah, Proton Pass is a password manager, and for those of you who don't know what a password manager is, and if you're not using a password manager, you're stupid. You need to start using a password manager as soon as possible, especially in this day and age.
But hey, son, I just use one password on everything.
Yeah, if you're using 1Password on everything, I know you hear this from old people all the time, but they're right in this instance. You will suffer greatly if anyone ever finds your password, because they'll get into everything. They have AIs now that are designed to hack passwords and get into everything and just take over your internet life before you even know anything is going on. So what Proton Pass does, why should I have a password manager? Why would I want a company to have all my passwords? Well, they don't actually have them. They can't read them. They're end-to-end encrypted. So only with your master password can anyone actually view the passwords. Everything else is like a salted hash that they don't have the keys to. It is stored on a server, but they don't access stuff with those keys. But either way, you can randomize your passwords and stuff, and it just remembers them all for you, so that you you can have a 60-character password if you want. Nothing's ever going to crack that.
Okay. Does it encrypt your browsing history too? He is up to some shady stuff. He's got plans.
It doesn't encrypt your Proton does not have a browser yet. I feel like probably they will come out with one.
No,
at
your
some
browsing
point,
history. Is your browsing history encrypted?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they don't,
they're
not a browser. They don't encrypt your browsing history or anything like that. That's up to you. If you want to use a browser that is very private, a lot of people will recommend Brave. I liked Brave. I used Brave for a long time until I found out Brave was apparently kind of owned by PayPal. So I looked for an alternative, and a friend of mine recommended Vivaldi browser to me, and I love Vivaldi browser. Everyone won't like it because it's literally so secure that you have to go in sometimes and enable things to be able to download stuff, which is annoying. But if you don't want to deal with that, go with Brave. If you don't mind looking some stuff up and kind of like doing a little bit of troubleshooting at times, so that you can have a semi-normal experience, you get a lot more privacy out of it. And they have a lot, like, if you use your computer for work, they have a lot more better things for like your workflow, and like you can have tabs and folders and stuff. Vivaldi browser is what I would go with. It's really great. Both of them are free, and they're both open source, and they're both based on Chromium too, so they can use Chrome extensions.
Very cool.
Yeah, you can use Tor, but Tor is, it's well, I'm not gonna say that Tor means you're doing something bad, but Tor is where people who are doing something bad usually go. The government uses Tor. That's why they won't shut Tor down. But Tor is very slow. It's extremely secure, but it's very slow. And if you're using Tor, it's usually not because you're wanting to have very fast experience with your online stuff. So yeah, Tor, if people are telling you they're using Tor, more people now are using it just for privacy, but it's so slow that it's typically because you're accessing something that you can't normally access. Some people use it here to get around like the internet blockade thing, So yeah, it has its uses that are not like bad stuff. But again, people who are doing bad stuff online, typically you will find they know what Tor is, and they're using it.
Oh, the reason I requested that Dave check out My Side of the Mountain was because I wanted to show him literature with like the sketches on the side that kind of related to what he was reading as an inspiration to kind of a format of something else he was doing. That's why. I didn't think it was a good book.
Oh, he read it like later in life.
Yeah, I found it at the used bookstore or Goodwill. I was like, ooh, finally that one. And then I wanted to show him like the sketches because he was working on something.
Yeah, the other year Liz was like, Dave, this is definitely the most thrilling story you've ever read. I guarantee I stake my personal reputation on it. And I was like, all right, I trust you, wife. And then a boxing glove on a spring came out of the book.
You. Yeah, that's one of those stories that like I think it probably is really for kids. Like Where the Red Fern Grows. Did you have to read that in school? I think that's an American book. Yeah.
I actually liked Where the Red Fern Grows. And I don't want to be like
I did not.
When I say it's for kids, I don't even want to say that in a derogatory way. It's just,
Now, wait a minute, Hazen. I know you really get unhappy about Fox and the Hound. Is it about the animals at the end and then making them like suffer?
I'm not. Well, I'm not like. I don't hate the movie. I think it's a really good movie. Let me clear that up right away. But I don't. I don't know how to describe this really. When I see, even if I know it's fictional, even if I know it's not real, when I see animals like that are personified somewhat, they're getting like, if they're injured, or if, especially if they're left alone, like if they're abandoned. It's specifically the scene where the old woman takes Todd out to the woods and has to leave him there, and he doesn't understand why. He's the only mother he's ever known. She's the only mother he's ever known, and she has to leave him there. And both of them, neither one of them want that to be happening. Like that
destroyed you.
That ruins my day. To really even think about that.
You're having a bad time at Vivid. Yeah.
Bad times at Ridgemont High.
Okay. But then what about Red Fern Groves? What is up with that one?
Well, I just thought it was boring.
Oh.
I know the dogs, perish at the end of it or whatever, but I don't know. They weren't really personified that much. It's still sad they died, but it's nothing like the Fox and the Hound scene.
Did you ever read or see the movie The Yearling?
I read part of The Yearling. I also did not like that. It was
I feel like
boring.
there was like a lot of that story over and over again in the 70s or something, or the 50s. If you don't know The Yearling, it's about a boy who finds a deer and then raises the deer, but for some reason he has to let the deer go or kill it. I don't remember which one. It's kind of the same thing, really.
Yeah,
I think
because there was one story like that caught on, and I don't know if it was Old Yeller, but there was something like that was big, and then everyone was like, "Oh, I'm gonna write a story about like a child that befriends the animal, and then he has to kill it or let it go."
No, there was another one too. This is why I'm saying it was a trend. A Dano pigs
There's a lot
would die.
of them.
Yeah, a Dano pigs would die about. This is so stupid. It was such a stupid book. Kid lives on on a pig farm where they raise pigs and kill them. He decides one is a pet. For some reason, when the pig gets older, the dad makes the kid kill the pig. Then when the dad dies, the kid has remorse.
There's
like remorse that
There's
the
a
dad
song
died,
that-
or remorse that he is murdering pigs.
That his dad was dead.
Oh, okay.
There is
His dad
that
made him
extended
kill
somewhat
him.
to yeah, that extent. Speaking of killing dads and animals that die in the story in a horrible way, that extended somewhat to Europe. Actually, there was there's a song. I don't know the guy's name. I think he's Dutch. He speaks Dutch, but it's a song called Floppy, Flappi or Ppie one. But it's a song. It's a European. So it's a Dutch song about it's from the 70s too, I think. This song is about like a kid who has a pet rabbit named Floppy, and he's really, oh, I love my pet rabbit. And then the dad cooks the pet rabbit one day for like a Christmas dinner or something.
No, that's not.
Yeah, and so at the end of the song, the kid kills the dad and cooks him.
Whoa!
Yeah.
It got dark.
There was a joke.
That's Dutch comedy for you.
No, there is a song. It's a joke song called Timothy, and I have it. And it was in the 70s, and it's about kids getting trapped in a cave, and then they eat Timothy, and then they're rescued, and then Timothy's gone. I don't know where he is. Nobody's saying
It's
anything.
a Stephen King thing.
It was and then it was banned so many places because it was so inappropriate.
I guess
It was banned.
I guess my
Oh
first.
no, American children will eat each other if they hear this song.
Timothy,
They're so hungry.
Timothy.
There's not enough hamburgers.
well, let's be reasonable here. Important question. How long were they trapped in the cave? Like, if we're talking they were there for like 3 months and it's like their only way to survive, okay, horrible, but I get it. But if they were
Well,
down
you
there for like
could've- I
20
mean,
minutes, if they're down there for 20 minutes and they're just like, Timothy, it's your time, then it's a little bit more like, there's something wrong with these
I was
kids.
gonna say it could only be a day, really, because I think Americans they have to eat 3 burgers a day, right?
Yeah, our
If they miss 2 or
metabolism
3
is-
of those, it's,
You know what?
Timothy time.
I haven't heard the song lately, but it might have been 3 hours.
3 hours? Are
See,
you
there you
fucking
go.
kidding me? They're just down there like, hey, it's a little inconvenient finding our exact way back out again. Guess, Timothy, we're gonna eat you right now. What if, like,
Yeah.
theoretically, we could be down here for weeks and we might get snacky, but we're not even gonna save you. We just need to eat you now, and then that'll give us the fuel to think through this situation a little better.
I'd rather eat Randy.
Poor Timothy. Chose the wrong friends. That's the moral of
How
that
did
story.
they choose to eat? How did they choose to eat Timothy? Because it was the fattest or the weakest? The song did not say.
Yeah, like
He was the last one to have a burger, so they thought like it would be the freshest within him.
that makes
Ew.
sense.
I don't know.
The moral of the story is don't either. The moral of the
Don't
story
be friends
is
with these people.
either the moral of the story is don't have friends, or don't go caving, or don't go caving with friends.
Mhm.
I'm sort of split, so just to be on the safe side,
It's one of those.
no more friends.
And
don't know
it's gonna be- no more friends, and don't go caving, Dave.
People are like, how come you're
Stay
so
safe.
antisocial? It's like, listen, I don't want to be cannibalized. It sounds funny, but you haven't seen what other friends have tried to do to me on Twitter in the past.
Anyway,
I better
it's
not go in
time.
that cave.
Oh, is it already 4, man?
Yeah. Are you still
It's
shading? I
time.
still had to do some work on this.
I'm doing
Oh yeah,
gradients
you're doing
now.
your grass. Okay.
Yeah, I
good,
got all the
good.
flats fixed up, so now I'm into gradients, and from there it'll be textures and shadows. But we should probably break and get some other chores in today because it is stream time.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
Break. Any announcements you guys want to hit before we go?
I will announce one thing this coming soon, and you can hear it first here on stream.
What?
We are, for people, I think we're going to be taking donations for Mamo's rescue fund for probably another week. And during this, well, not during this week, if you've already donated, this applies to you. But if you donate, I don't know how till they're gone, which I don't know. I think we have maybe 20 of them. If you donate over $100, we may make it $50. I don't know. What do you two think about that? If you donate over,
No,
you want to do
No,
one of those amounts.
I wanted to do everybody. I don't know how many people have donated, but I say until they run out.
Let's make it as accessible as we can.
Exactly.
Well, we have to cover shipping and
Yeah.
stuff too, but it won't be that much unless it's international potentially. But these are well, I guess we'll decide that later. But like we're going to be offering some people, whether it's first come first serve or whatever, they're going to get, if you're like the first 20 people to donate or whatever. And again, if you've already donated, this applies to you. There will be sketches, original sketches for concept art. It's random what you will get, so you won't get to choose one or tell Dave what to draw, but there'll be sketches that you can get and collect that will be signed and sent to you if you donate to either one of the campaigns. It just depends on when. If you're one of the first like 20, 30 people, however many we have, I think it's 20. Is it 20 or more?
I can say I have if we're 35.
Nice.
35. Okay.
I have 35 of them.
Liz has been saving
Yeah,
the
so
goods.
if you're one of the first 35 people
them.
to donate, we'll you can hear about it here first. Don't run out and donate just yet unless you just want to donate. But we'll be announcing like what all's going on with it and what the conditions of it are and everything probably later today. So
Sweet.
if you want to get an original sketch, this is there's an opportunity here for you to do that. It'll be signed as well. I think I mentioned that, but it's
Yeah,
the original
every
signed concept art sketch.
Every sketch has a little sign, David Lilly. Some of them are from a couple years old. They were all used in something. It depends on the project. Some of them are the concept arts for the enamel pins we do. I saw there was an Underlord swatch lineup chart thing. It's just so random One of them was like the
It's
little
totally random what you'll
case art.
get.
It's
Yeah.
totally random what you're gonna get, but it's all original pencil art. It's not a full page. It's like you get the full page and then there's a sketch on it. It's not the whole page is covered in art, but it was used somewhere over here.
Yeah, so there's gonna be some concept art, original concept art signed. I see the stack of things by me to sign. I will sign them today. Coming your way. And then also remember, your donation is getting matched in store credit, so you can go on a shopping spree after you donate.
Yeah, it's still matching in store credit. Whatever you spend will still be, you'll still get that back immediately, able to spend it in store credit. So in addition to having, you know, if you get in early enough to get these whenever we start like dropping the rules for it, please wait for those if you want those. If you just want to donate, go donate. But if you want one of those, please wait for us to announce like what those conditions are. So we'll do that probably later today, and then you can get in and get one of those sketches if you like.
Also, just I can say this on air. It's gonna take probably about 2 weeks to get them in stock because I have to order some stuff and then ship it and get it loaded.
It'll be a
It's
little
not-
while, yeah.
It's not gonna be right away, so it'll take a little time to get everything ready. But we'll
But
do
if
it.
you've already donated, again, your whatever those
ready.
conditions are, if you've donated previously and you've met them, then you're going to be fine. You'll still get it. But we just wanted to let people know this because we want to try and focus the charity laser beam into Mamo's direction so that we can make sure everyone's coming together for a nice little spirit bomb of protection for him, so that he can continue to make
We're
really
going
cool
to form.
stuff
We're
for
going to
everyone.
form a circle, and we're going to chant.
Also, I think I can
Nightmare.
I think I can mention this on stream. If you donate, you're also going to get in the afterlife. You're going to have, in addition to the mansion, you obviously will already be receiving. There's going to be a hot tub attachment added to it if you donate to Mamo. So if you want to get that hot tub in the
Donate now
afterlife,
and you'll become a level 2 laser lotus.
yeah. So get your hot tub. Don't go to the afterlife and be like, I gotta go to my neighbor and get to the hot tub. I didn't donate to Mamo. Oops. You can get the hot tub on your own place. Just
Remember, everybody, there is unlimited cheesecake in the afterlife.
I'm pretty sure. That's what I hear. That's what I like to think.
You can get sky cake. I'm Patton Oswalt. You could get sky cake if you die.
What is that? What is that? What are you doing? Sky cake?
Patton
What is-
Oswalt. The human ball, just fucking telling everyone about, like, I don't know. He did like stand up for a while, and then 90% of it was like comic books and like how much he hated religion or something. And it was like, I'm not the biggest fan of like church stuff. I don't do that myself, but I try not to. It just seems distasteful, really, to just kind of do like the 2000 year 2000 YouTube amazing atheist type diatribe to people randomly.
Yeah.
As like your stand up.
I mean, I feel like there's a place for it. It can be funny, but it's, I don't know.
I think it can be, yeah.
There's
But
like
not,
layers.
much like all the stories they tell in church. Like after the 100th time, it might maybe not now. It's not the greatest story ever told.
Yeah, it's the sort of thing where I think there's a place for it, especially if there's people that grew up with a very fundamentalist understanding and they're just now realizing, hey, this might not be all totally literal. Wait a minute, then that kind of humor can be like really engaging and meaningful. So it's like pick your medicine, but it's not for everyone, and especially it's just I think the reason I find myself like rolling my eyes at it is because it seems like culture has been so oversaturated with that, so hardcore for like decades now. It's like, okay, we've heard this everywhere from every corner of everything.
Yeah.
It's not like this is necessarily like, oh, how dare you broach that subject matter? It's like, no, it's comedy. Dare whatever you want, but Jesus, please get some new material.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like I'm not really religious myself, but I have my own feelings about all that stuff. But I like even this stream, I'm not going to come on the stream and go, guys, God is not real and you are all dumb. I am euphoric in this moment. Like, or I'm not going to do that. I don't feel that way. First
You
of all.
believe that?
And second of all,
I'm
it's-
smarter than you.
It's just not even funny. Like even me making fun of it is not that funny. Like it's just not. It just isn't. Like it's so tired. I don't know. It's the same thing when everything is just like a joke for a really long time. Like how many Tyler Perry movies are there? And it's just like, oh, okay, after the 10th movie, we get it. Like
Yeah.
Hmm.
this really, oh, Medea, Tyler Perry is dressed up like an old black woman and he's acting crazy and loony. Whoa, Medea. Like, I don't know. I just don't need to see 4 movies of that. I really don't even need to see one, but there's some people out there that are just like, oh my God, Medea 8 is coming out. I have to see it. Have you seen this movie?
Yeah, I think it's like anything else. You can even extend this general principle to like a video game mechanic in a side scroller or something.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
oh God, you can.
Once
Yes.
once you learn how to do a thing, it's like, okay, I get this. The idea has been conveyed. I understand it. So what next? What does this extrapolate into? What's the next thought in the chain? What's the next idea? Where does this go? And if the answer is just simply repetition, then it gets boring. It just gets boring fast. So it's like, if someone's just like, hey, has anyone made fun of Christianity yet? It's like, yeah, we that's been done quite a lot.
We've
so like,
covered that. Yeah.
it's been covered. Unless you have like some interesting thoughts to carry the conversation forward in a way that maybe hasn't like ground that has not yet been covered. No, I don't. But would you like to hear the same types of jokes you've heard for decades? It's like, well, if I would, if I was like maybe 13 or 14 and it's new to me, sure. But for the rest of us, no thanks.
Yeah, that's one reason I think Mel Brooks was so successful as a director, because like when he was making fun of all that stuff, even after he made fun of all that stuff he made fun of everyone.
Yeah.
He was like basically the first South Park. Like he just kind of like made fun of everything, and then just no one did that for a long time, and then South Park came along, and then like that got really big. It's just like when you're looking for something fresh to do with comedy, what you really want to look at is like, what is something people aren't like really poking any kind of fun at, and then you see like what that is, and then that's usually the direction you kind of want to go in.
Yeah. It's got to be, and I mean, it helps if you have some kind of like personal experience with it, so you do have some insight to bring to bear. But yeah, and again, it's not even just comedy, even something as simple as a game mechanic. It's a series of thoughts, whether they're funny thoughts or horrifying thoughts or even mechanistic based thoughts like a chess move. But it's like there has to be a progression going forward. Otherwise, at some point, it kind of stops being. Well, I mean, I guess it does depend on the customer too. Some people might go and be like, I love to go to the piano concert where they just hit the same key of the piano over and over. It's like, okay, some people are going to be down with that. But but some people, most people, I would think, they're going to want some kind of a progression or it gets boring. And for me, most of the anti-Christianity content really falls into that camp pretty hard at this point. At this stage in all history.
Well, it seems like they're not trying to be funny. They're trying to send their message and force their opinions on you.
Honestly, I do get a little bit of that vibe too. I think the best comedy.
Yeah, that's why it sucks to me.
I think the best comedy too, when you can taste like the malice behind it, it really makes it less funny. I feel like the best comedy happens when the comedian actually understands and sort of has love for what they're making fun of, but they're making fun of it. They're mocking something despite the fact that they love it. I feel like to really understand something thoroughly, you almost have to come with some love in the equation. Because if you don't have some love for it, then I don't think that you fully understand like the people involved with it. Because people are a mixed bag, but there's always some humanity in there. So I feel like when something is just pure resentment, it's coming from a reactionary place inside of a person. And that it just makes it less funny because it seems more like they're trying to use comedy as a weapon to tear something down, and they're not so much trying to share like a secret, magical, funny insight with you. It's not like sharing something with you. It's like, hey, help me rip this down. It's so it just hits a little different.
I get the same feeling from quote unquote comedy like that as I do when people kiss my ass, like when I'm like managing some project or something.
Yeah.
When someone comes in and is like, oh, wow, your sound effects are so great. I'm so glad that we can hear them now. Like when people say stuff like that to me, and I know that they don't mean it, I get this immediate feeling of anger because I think like, oh, you think I'm stupid enough to fall for what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's what I think immediately, and
See,
I get that
that's
same feeling when
that's
I
why I hate
see.
lying. That's how I feel about lying.
Yeah. So like when I see Patton Oswalt with his little sausage fingers come up on stage and go, "Guys, is Christianity really bad?" Like I'm just like I don't think it's perfect, but like I know you think that me listening to this in your audience, you think I'm so stupid that I will just listen to what you have to say and believe. Yeah, that's right. I believe that too.
The only way to make that stand up funny, this would only be like maybe like a 15-second joke, but take his stand up video, use AI, and have it be like him doing that stand up like before the throne of God with like a huge, angry, powerful deity just like glaring down at him. And like all these special effects to make it look like there's so much might and force and majesty radiating down. And then it's like, and there's like this little tiny guy like, oh yeah, what are you gonna do in heaven? It's so done, you know. Like that juxtaposition, then I think it'd be funny putting it into a situation like that. Not funnier for like a long time. It's like a 15-second meme that'd be kind of funny.
Can we make it the Ratatouille rat?
Yeah, you can make him the Ratatouille. It's AI. You can do whatever you want. You can make him.
You could, yeah, I was gonna say, someone put that in the grok. Make a realistic video, photorealistic video of Patton Oswalt doing anti-Christian stand-up in front of God, the throne of God.
Oswald, we're gonna get you. Finally, your time has come.
He doesn't even smite him or anything. He's just sitting there with like this really disapproving look on his face.
Yeah.
Go look what I made. I'm so sorry.
Like every time the camera cuts to his face too, it should be like zoomed in closer, and there should be like a bass rumble in the background that gets like louder and louder with every cut.
They actually did a joke sort of like this on Conan a long time ago. They had some really bad singer singing like a Christmas song. I think they were singing like some kind of Happy Birthday Jesus song, and it was terrible. And Jesus was sitting there like watching it with his head leaned in his hand like, oh God. And then he grabs like a club and just smashes the TV over and over.
That's pretty funny.
Conan to me is like the original Family Guy. Like he had so many like cutaway jokes in his monologues and stuff. He sort of. I wonder if Seth MacFarlane ever wrote for Conan. Actually, I never really looked into that.
When we were doing our all-nighters in art college, that was always our like, it's 3:30 a.m. It's time for Conan, and then we just like stop what we're doing, turn on the TV, and then get back to work for an hour.
Yeah.
And then if it wasn't Friday, if it was a Monday through Thursday, we'd be like, it would be like, it's 4:45. It's time for the rerun, and then we turn it on again. Go back to work.
Did you ever see Primetime Glick when Martin Short sort of made fun of Conan? He like dressed up like him and he had like fake cheekbones.
Yeah.
he dyed his hair red. He was doing like a fundraiser to say, please help me save the guy with the mustache from Cheers.
I wish I could get episodes of that show. I wish that they just like, there might be a spot I can save it, and I'll ask AI, but I want episodes of Conan, like the late night one, so bad. I wasn't really happy with the new Conan.
I wish that he
like
never had to compromise on what he wanted to do with this show. Yeah, because when that show first was around, it was like there was nothing funnier on late at night. Like Saturday Night Live, when it was funny, was never even half as funny as Conan was. I know. Well, I take that back. Weekend Update was pretty funny with Norm Macdonald sometimes because he would shit on the audience live.
Come back to us, Conan, wherever you are.
Ratatouille 2, Remy
TV.
challenges God.
Yeah.
They're making a Ratatouille 2, and if it's Disney, maybe it will be Remy challenges God.
You know what? At this point, if it is anything aside from that in the plot, I will be disappointed because I really want to see Ratatouille 2, Remy challenges God. That sounds so fun. It's like, no, what are you doing, Remy? We can't go into the Catholic Church and do that. But he's like, the rat has gotten like a hardcore atheist like streak in him, and now he's like forcing the human to be his tool of like revenge and terrorism against the Protestant or Catholic majority, whatever it is in there. I don't even know if France is predominantly Catholic or Protestant. That's how up to speed I am on religious conflict in Europe.
You are way over time, sir.
Okay,
We are way over time.
it's time to go. Thank you everyone for chilling with us. It has been fun, and we'll be back on Friday.
Dave? I have heard you're gonna do something special for our guest on Friday. If we can arrange it.
Oh, it's possible. I don't know. We might have a guest on Friday. No promises. We'll see how it shakes out.
So far, so good.
Don't get
Are we
too
going-
excited.
I'm excited. Are we gonna have? We're unusual. Are you gonna have this landscape again, Dave, or are you gonna do the Vime 6 page?
Well, it depends on if there's a volume 6 page ready. I might do that instead.
I will. I've been working so hard on that. It's been hard. It's one of your hardest.
Okay. Well, you guys have a good day. Thank you for chilling out with us. Support Mamo, and we will see you on Friday. Stream ends in 5, 4.
Oh, Remy controls Linguini and forces him to crucify Christ.
Oh man, this movie's getting good. 3, 2, and a 1.